Hi there. This is a reading for Gemini, and I have now embarked upon a new purpose for this Metal Dog Tarot website. I will still be doing readings for various signs, but they are also readings for characters in a sci fi world that I am building for. I think it's a trilogy that I have been working on and researching for. And so I'm developing the characters for this. And somebody wise suggested that I give them astrological charts, and that's what I'm going to do. So the character in this fiction is named Alexandra. We call her Zan, which is the name we give my nephew, who is Alexandra, the Portuguese form. But Zan in our fiction is able to see the future, and that is the namesake Alexandra or Cassandra, the Trojan daughter of King Priam and Queen Hecuba, who was cursed to be able to foretell the future, to prophecy accurately. That's not a curse. Well, it can be a curse, but she was cursed with, she would try to communicate it and nobody would believe her. And she foretells the fall of Troy. In another version, in one version, the power comes because as a baby, her ears are licked by snakes. And then in some stories, she is a great beauty and the gods all want to sleep with her. And so Apollo, I think, tricks her into telling him what she wants. But when he gives it to her, this ability to foretell the future, he doesn't tell her that she's going to have to sleep with him in order to get that power. When she refuses, that's when he curses her with being unable to communicate that clearly. So perhaps you identify with that. My character, Zan, does see the future, and it troubles her greatly. And in 2020, when we meet her, she is on SSI. She is mentally ill. She's interpreted as mentally ill because of this. But she is a wonderful character in these stories. And because she can see the future, she's capable of great kindness. And she shows up for other characters in her life, and, having anticipated their needs. So all I know about Zan right now is that she is a Gemini, and I'm hoping that from this reading we'll also learn what her moon sign is, what her rising sign is, but also Gemini is coming here if you do. I know my aunt is a Gemini, and so if you come here, there's something for you here as well. So we'll start with a Queen of the Moon Oracle, and let's see, what is the theme here? Oh, wonderful. The theme is peace. The theme is peace, and this makes so much sense for Zan, because what's going to happen for her is she's going to meet people that understand her and are like her in their own ways. I just did a reading for another character, Galia, who's an Aquarius. Okay, so peace, number 28. And on the bottom of 44, attraction. But we'll stick with peace, keep it simple. Attraction is also about us, but so that would, to me, she's being attracted through her psychic abilities, through whatever is shaping her journey towards peace, through an attraction that is intuitive. And when you can see the future, it's not always explicit. It comes in images. It's hard to make sense of what those images mean. So let's read a little tiny bit from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, Stacy DeMarco's beautiful provocative imagery here. So number 28. Peace. Peace of mind is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. Refuse drama and do not freely engage with people who use drama as a weapon. Stop fighting. Allow yourself to rest for a while. When we let what we no longer need go, we make room for peace. I choose to create and hold peace. I allow this to ripple out into the world. When we let go of what we no longer really need, peace floods in, taking up this old space and healing it. So there's a letting go here that is a part of peace. It is, and we can see this figure is meditating, and she is encircled in a pink bubble under a very pink sky. That amethyst is the stone associated with this card I saw. So she is protecting herself in a peaceful space that is lit by stars. And in this meditative state of peace, she is able to exclude the drama. I think if you're a prophet and the problem is that people can't understand what you're trying to tell them, to let go of the need to make people understand can be a very powerful move to make. So let's see more. We're going to use the Good Tarot. This is a beautiful deck, sometimes hard to understand, and so it seems appropriate for our friend Zan, our prophet, perhaps sometimes seen in her life drunk, ranting on a corner. Yes, in my story, she is the alcoholic. Alcoholism, which I have, is sometimes a tool for numbing out, for creating a sense of peace. And what happens is it quits working, and then you're left with your head and all of its drama and all of its insanity. And so you have to find a way to get to peace. So alcohol will quit working. Okay, I think I'm ready. So let's see. The recent past is a new beginning, an ace of earth. This, again, coming out of the unknown, the stag up on a hilltop, a kind of misty woods around. It's funny, like at this hour of the day, my videos are always a little bit misty, much like this card. But this beautiful stag who is very intently beckoning. And I think the kind of challenge, the sort of frustration of communication of the stag has something to tell us. And so this is how Zan feels. Is this how you have felt recently? You have something very important. You've come to the precipice. You were then mute, or you don't speak human. Okay. Now in the present, a state of wish fulfillment, the star, card of Aquarius, card of healing. This is good. This is good. This is why you are in peace. So you have been in this Ace of Earth, which is, it's a wonderful place. It's a new beginning. It's a new idea. It's a new home. It's a new job. And that's your recent past. And now you're in the star. Some kind of wish fulfillment is coming in for you presently. And this seems very appropriate for the story that I'm telling, because the stars are calling the characters. They are leaving the end of Earth in a very heroic attempt to save Earth. And of course, Zan has known this. She has tried to explain this. She is perhaps like Greta Thunberg, trying to get the rest of us to quit abusing this planet, and she's listened to it kind of as like a weirdo, as a novelty. And the star card of Aquarius. Aquarians are also future seers, future thinkers, and sometimes their ideas are misunderstood. But we should always listen to the people that are ahead of us. It's just that when you're that person, it's a bit lonely. Okay. Now, in my story, Zan finds true love with a kindred spirit, but we begin with a very lonely person. And in the background, we have the end of something. This is a hidden influence, a 10 of fire. She's burning music that she has written or played, something that, so this is, the wands are, or fire, sign of fire is about creativity, passion, and there is a finishing that is around you right now. You appear in this reading as transformation. This is the card of Scorpio. Very powerful place to be. Death, it's the death card. But in this deck, it is the sort of blowing on the beginning of a new fire, right? And we see that there's something new that has come in recently. Yeah. She is holding that new thing in her hand, that new beginning. And we are world building together. So that makes great sense, Gemini. All right, people in your life. This is 5 of water. This is someone who is in regret, who is grieving. There is loss here, right? This gesture of, there could be self-pity. The 5 of water is also, about to go on a journey. We're about to at least turn around and see that there is some kind of a new beginning. In this deck, it's signaled by the seahorse, who is this Ace of Cups. New love, new emotional journey. But first, there's a grief, and we must respect grief. So you're a person in your life, people in your life are grieving. Now, in this story of Zan, there's, the world is ending. And so it makes sense that there are people around her who, when they become aware of this, must go through a process of great sorrow, great regret. I mean, this is our fault that our planet is in the state it's in. We're going to save this planet, but we have to go through this process of grieving, a part of what we have to let go of, the 3 cups that have fallen over in a 5 of water. That's our old way, our old emotional attachments. We must release those. And you, Gemini and Zan, you are bringing that transformation. You've anticipated it. There's a burning of the old way, the music, the song that we always lived by is a hidden influence. Yeah. I'll stop riffing on that for now. So your advice is to be the messenger of air. That seems very clear. Air is Gemini's element. It is also the swords. It is the intellect. It is the truth. And you will carry that message. And if you are like Zan, there can be anguish in that. But bring it anyway. Who says nobody understands Zan? The problem is that you're hanging out with the wrong people, right? So be at peace. Trust that there is wish fulfillment right now. Right now. Trust. Keep trying. Things are changing and you're bringing that change. And in the future, the near future, there is going to be a 3 of air. This is definitely painful. This is 2 people have chosen one another and you are not chosen. But it's also you choosing yourself. And in this deck, the 3 of air is about knowing your truth and choosing you. It doesn't matter what other people think. There's a lot of opportunities for integrity within the good tarot in the suit of swords. And so knowing your truth, carrying your truth as the messenger of air does, yes, it looks like a lonely existence, but you have you. And when you have you, you can be enough, you can be at peace in this state. Yeah, this is definitely a quality of this character, Zan, for much of our story. But let's see if we can find out a little bit more, Gemini, about you and Zan. And we just saw a little page of Pentacles here. Ace of Earth, or Ace of Pentacles. This, we're going to clarify this stag. We said you've come to the edge to bring a message recently, or there's somebody or something is coming to you with a new offer, a new beginning. It is the Ace of Earth. All right, so let's clarify with the Tarot of the Old Way, which is informed by Wicca. And because Zan is our mystic, I chose this deck for her as well. So in the recent past, we have absolute success in the fields, family scene, the Ten of Cups here. So you've recently been a part of a family. What I see in this Ten of Cups is the grown-ups are quite into each other, and then there's this little kid kind of like taking off on her own, or their own, or his own. They have a cup, right? This little one in the recent past has taken that little ace and is moving forward with it, away from this couple so engrossed in one another. And usually, like a Ten of Cups, a reader would interpret as like being about that couple and you finally found your true love. But today, it's the kid. The kid matters. Okay, what else? Eight of Rods, travel, communication. That's your recent past. And the Six of Rods, victory. You have achieved something in the recent past. I see travel from one, now that you've finished here. This little kid's walking away. The Eight of Rods is going to hop on that broom and fly off to wherever. And there is you in victory riding off on your horse. You're wearing the laurels. There's lots of passion, fire, a suit of fire. All right, so that's what happened in the recent past. Make of that what you will. Everybody in my story is having travel come up in their cards because, yeah, they're going to travel across the stars. So here we are. The present is the Star card. Yeah, and there we see her, the cupbearer, Aquarius. So let's find out more. Page of Swords, carrying truth still, right? That's the same as the messenger of air. That's your advice in this reading. So that's right now you're doing this. You're bringing the truth. You are fierce with the truth. Five of Pentacles. There's that loneliness. There's that feeling of poverty and being left out. So that's a quality of the present. And here is the Eight of Cauldrons, more travel. You're currently in an emotionally unfulfilling place, and you are going to take your cups and go. You're going to walk away. This card, you walk away with your feelings, which I think is great. Often we see the Eight of Cups or Cauldrons, as it is in this deck, a stack of cups, and there's one missing. That is your emotional fulfillment. The Nine of Cups is complete, solid, on your own, in and of yourself, emotional fulfillment. But you're currently in a situation that is emotionally unfulfilling, and the invitation is to leave with your truth, like the Page of Swords. You're just a little truth. It's not a big deal. It's just a little message that you need to carry. And you're in a Five of Pentacles. You're not happy. So your wish fulfillment is what you're after in the Star currently. And these cards are saying you might need to move. It doesn't need to be, although I see movement in your recent past, or sort of it can be a spiritual movement. It can be a soul's journey that you're on. But there's movement, and you're really setting out on it right now. You must. Your healing, your star, your wish fulfillment, is at stake here. And of course, free will is always within tarot. So yeah, Zan of Troy. Where is she going? Where is she going with her little message of truth? So the Ten of Fire, this is the hidden influence. This is the, you finished something, it was hard work, you're done. You're burning it. You're burning this. This has been a passion of yours, or somebody's passion around you. So let's see what else. It's an artsiness. There's a Four of Pentacles. There's a kind of opposite to that, clinging to discipline, control, protection of what you have. Eight of Swords. There's a feeling of being trapped. This is not true, but it is a perspective that you can shift out of. So that's around you. I can just see why. So for some reason, you and Zan, Gemini, are feeling like you're done, but you're unable to leave. You feel like you can't leave. I feel like you're, yeah, okay, but it's over. Ten of Wands, the World. This is a little cycle of wands, of will, of passion. It's also a big cycle. It's a huge life cycle. You're supposed to go be a part of this new world. So there's a need to leave your situation, and it's a leave taking that requires faith. But you have something really important to bring to this world building project. You are appearing here as transformation, the card of death and rebirth. And let's find out more about you and Zan. Okay. So we have the Sun, absolute happiness. This is a part of you. Fire sign. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes of transformation, right? You can see that bird in the front. Yeah. So that's that. That's what is being. The flames that you are blowing on. Okay, I see again, like the child, right? So this is an inner child journey here. There's a 10 of Cauldrons. We get the 10 of Fire. We get the World, death. This is, you cannot avoid this transformation. And you will bring and receive. You are the sun. You're the light of truth, absolutely, but also great joy and kind of liberty from, these people are naked in the sun. It's like a naked baby. This is a naked couple, sun worshipers with this phoenix. Yeah, this is at Stonehenge. So this is more evidence of a kind of spiritual. And I also see like beam me up, Scotty. I see, which of course, since I'm writing science fiction, there is also that psychic ability that you have to connect to see that Zan has. I picked Gemini for Zan because Zan is psychic, and that is one of the most psychic signs in the deck. In the zodiac and the deck. Here's your Ace of Pentacles again. Remember, this is your recent past. This is you, okay? And this is affirmed by this here. This is you. You are the beginning, the new beginning. Wow. And in this Ace of Pentacles, we see an altar, a rabbit, which, is very much about procreation. We always think of rabbits as so like one of the most fertile animals. There's blood on this table. You have sacrificed. There is a new castle there. There's a new path. Right? We see that that leave taking for a better place. The Five of Water traditionally has that image in the background as well. Underlying energy, the Hermit, inward. And there's this Nine of Pentacles. You're a solitary being, and you're quite comfortable in solitude. Absolutely true of Zan. This is the key, right? This is the key to being able to move into peace and into transformation and rebirth. That you have quit caring what other people think. And the Nine of Pentacles is the most confident on her own, comfortable in her solitude. She has everything she needs, and she has provided it for herself. So you're the sun. You're the Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, right, that we see. It's almost as if in the recent past you came into yourself, right? You're leaving the party. There's communication, victory, very powerful recent past. Currently, you're feeling trapped. You're feeling left out. You're feeling unfulfilled. You're trying to control. But the world's ended. It's the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Cauldrons. Transformation is on the table. This is an inevitable change that you must and are going through. You must go through, and you are going through. Does that make grammatical sense? Whew. Okay, transformation. Who is this Five of Water? Who are these people around you who are, they're in grief. They're in regret. We have a King of Pentacles. Okay, this is Mr. Rich Guy, Mr. Boring. I don't know. I'm sorry, Earth to the Earth signs, but the King of Pentacles is like solid, steady, true blue. There's nothing wrong with the King of Pentacles. I just always had the feeling that, the conversation isn't all that great. Especially if this person is depressed and in regret. And I see him holding on to his pentacle more than I normally do. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy, so don't let my prejudice influence you. What else? The guide. Okay, the guide. This is Temperance. Am I right about that? Yes, this is Temperance. So this person is very wise. They're patient. Temperance is sometimes the card of patience. But you're being guided. There's this restraint here, right? Like this guy has brought this beautiful fainted woman. He is not going to enact his desire on her body. He is instead going to be temperate and bring her into this very healing, transformative, methodical. But there are guides here. We can see the shadowy figures in the background, and there's the angel, often Michael, overseeing this person in your life, or people. So we have a King of Pentacles, we have Temperance, grief, patience, temperance, somebody who's quite wealthy and quite stable and quite secure. A great partner, really, but that's my problem, that I'm like boring. And thirdly, this person is either quite helpful or being helped. So there's a manifestation coming in to this person or through this person. Yeah. I can really see why you would stick around this person. Okay, so I have you in an 8 of Cups. I have something ending. It doesn't mean it's with this individual. I just see that they're sad and you're ready for this transformation. Like they're not affected by your truth in a way that brings them peace. But they're also like very helpful, very stable, very temperate, very gentle. So take as you will, Gemini. They seem to be blue though. So, but a good partner, if they're your partner, you stick with somebody while they get well, while they grieve, or they move from 5 to 6 onward. I just see you needing to go. You can take this person with you, absolutely. I wonder about Zan. Who would this be in Zan's life? I will have to think about that for my story. That's the idea of this, is to let, when you write fiction, when I do, and I'm not, a pro, like I'm aspiring fiction writer. And as I've been writing this, the characters have come alive to me and they've told me their stories, and it feels like it comes from the outside. And I've, of course, got this idea from Isabel Allende. I saw her long ago when I was in college at UC San Diego. She came to speak there. That was my dog. And she said that when she was writing, the characters would come around her like ghosts or spirits. And that's not how it feels for me, but it definitely put in my mind this idea that I could encounter these characters as I would friends. And they have kept me company on many long drives and walks, and become real people for me. All right, Zan, Gemini, your advice. Did I shuffle these? I feel like I need to shuffle them a little bit more. And the rule of tarot, go with your intuition. Trust your intuition. Messenger of air, your advice is clarified by the 7 of Cauldrons. There's going to be choices, projections. It may be difficult to know what to do in the midst of all of these choices. And this person in the 7 of Cauldrons is kind of sitting above and looking down on these 3 women who are just really having a fun time in the water. And, gender-wise, this would suggest that he has many women to choose from. But that's not how I read it for this. I see you, Gemini, watching these beautiful, beloved people from the outside. And you have a message. You have a truth for them. And, of course, you're possibly afraid of bringing that truth to these people because nobody ever believes you or understands what you're saying. The Lovers, this is a choice. The Lovers can also be about romantic love and stuff like that. So it could be a choice around love. 7 of Cauldrons suggests you have lots of options romantically, is one way to see that. But this is a choice that is... My cat just missed the chair. Oh, okay. So this Lovers, they are protected by that same angel, or a similar angel to the one we see in your friend's life, the guide, in the Temperance card. So there's divine guidance. In the Lovers, it's not a lustful decision. It's not in your animal nature. It is of your higher spiritual nature. That you make from this, that you make this decision or this connection. Healing is on the bottom here. 4 of Swords. And thirdly, a new beginning, new love. And this doesn't have to be romantic, but it is definitely a beautiful gift. So we have 7 of Cauldrons, and then we get a choice, and then there's an Ace of Cauldrons. So there's a choosing that has happened. You have picked one out of the 7. This is a new beginning in the emotional realm. So this is the truth. It appears to me to be a truth for you. So receive the message, receive the truth, and it is a gift. It feels like love. I feel like understanding. In the lovers, in that romantic connection that is the lovers, or in that whatever that connection is, if it's with a person, it means that you're seen for who you are, and you see your other for who they are, and you don't become the same. You're not erased in your individuality. In fact, your individuality shines forth even more brightly, signified further by the Ace of Cauldrons, which is, self-love. So choose self-love is another message that you could receive here. I think of you here, Psychic, Zan, Gemini. You are a messenger of air. Love yourself. Choose you. Don't worry about all those people that don't believe you. You know your truth. This is you. This is you. This is you recognizing the gift that you are. You're appearing here as transformation, the Sun, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. You are clearly a gift. So now we have this future, which is a 3 of air, which is a bit of sorrow, a sense of betrayal, but following betrayal, you choose yourself, right? That little bird on her wing. This is her self. The truth is she loves herself, which kind of reiterates what we said before. So let's see what else about that. Okay, balancing. Some kind of 2 of Pentacles. It's very earthly, the sign of earth. This person is literally on a tightrope. So it's about seeking balance in the future. Looks quite capably achieving that. Another 2. Wow. So you are the Ace of Pentacles. You get the 2 of Pentacles, 1, 2. We see that the world ended, so it makes sense to start in low numbers. Ace of Cauldrons. Anyway, so you get the 2 of Rods. This is manifesting. This is envisioning a new world. You're up on your stilts, so you have a new perspective. And it's in the fires, the rods. You got earth, fire, air, and the High Priest. This is divine guidance. Very institutional, traditional power. I see you with your Gemini, Zan, psychic ability being recognized in the future for your ability to envision. Wow. You are true to yourself, and you are not only recognized, but you're so recognized that you become the High Priest. Wow. Become like a spiritual leader here. Definitely out of isolation into a different kind of isolation, right? A public. The High Priest is still a loner. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's sort of a wrinkle in the story for me when I think about Zan. I just kind of had Zan fall in love, but there's clearly more for Zan to do as High Priest. And certainly this new world is going to need new rituals and traditions for bringing people together, for making sense of loss, of death, and you as transformation in this reading will be capable of that. Yeah, balanced, new perspective, truth bringer that you are. You will be needed in the future to help shape this new world. Okay, so take that is a very big job. You're big here, Gemini, and so is my character, Zan, but be at peace. This is the place from which to bring wisdom, balance, to envision is from peace, from integrity. And that's a very clear message in this reading. Seek yourself, be comfortable in and of yourself. My sense is you already are, as Nine of Pentacles. But you have absolute happiness as what you bring into this present. And your future is, suggests to me, recognition for your gift. Your gift that appears here in your advice as to know the gift that you bring and to have integrity in that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. And forgive me for liberating myself from just being a regular old tarot reader who does the zodiac. But I'm going to start telling this story. And this is a part of the archive for this world that I am building as a writer, and the story that I seem to be channeling in writing this science fiction. Have a wonderful day.